just when I thought that I could like Anthony Edwards, he goes and puts his foot in his mouth one more time. Let's talk about it. What's up, hoop heads? It's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check. Checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, and of course your questions. You already know each and every Wednesday, Q&A with Skinny. Continue to bring those questions in. Noticing that the questions are starting to slow down a little bit, man. You guys, I guess you guys are falling off once again. I hate to have to lay down the gauntlet one more time for you guys, but I guess I'm gonna have to lay it down, man. Bring those questions in, man. Bring those questions in. Continue to make this show fire. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the main reasons why I love this community, man. Especially Q&A sessions on Wednesdays, man. Continue to bring those questions in. I'm always thankful and grateful of the questions that you guys have been bringing in. You guys have been definitely on point, but right now I've noticed that across my desk I haven't seen too many questions come across my desk, but yeah, definitely would love to answer your questions, because I would hate to have a Wednesday night where we don't have Q&A, because I'm just going to keep it real. There's no questions on Q&A Wednesdays. There probably won't be a Q&A Wednesday night, so I'm just letting you guys know. Also, that also coincides with my scheduling now as far as like doing videos. I'm probably not going to be as consistent right now, because right now we're in the middle of a huge project at my job and my department is getting slammed. And that means if the department is getting slammed, that means I'm really getting slammed. Because I'm kind of at my job, I'm kind of like the liaison and I wear many different hats, and I have to communicate with different people, stay over, and testing, and oh man, working in an engineering firm is it can be challenging, and right now we're going through one of our challenges, so content will be, I'm gonna try to at least shoot for 4 days out the week. 3 at the minimum, at least three out the week. I at least would like to do Q&A Wednesday, definitely Wear Your Sneaker Friday, and at least 1 day of subject matter at the minimum, just due to the schedule. Also, I'm not even gonna lie, it kind of coincides with the fact that it's the off season in the NBA, and I mean, there are subjects that I can and will touch on during this time. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm kind of in college football mode right now. College football is I love the NBA. You already know it's it's one of the greatest games ever. I love talking to you guys about it, but I have to tell you, I got to keep it a buck, man. College football was my first love, will always be my main love. And man, college football, man, it's definitely, I've definitely been more in tune with what's going on in college football right now, because the season is upon us. I've been getting my itinerary ready for travel and tickets and all kinds of stuff like that to go to games this year, because I am a Miami Hurricane fan. So I will be doing some traveling to go into games and stuff. I should do some videos, from different locations if the time permits. But just for right now, until the basketball season really ramps back up, your boy is probably going to be, and once the NBA ramps back up and hopefully these projects start to dwindle at the job and I can get back to a more regular schedule, then I will return dropping at least every day, Monday through Friday. I hope that you guys bear with me during this time of change. It's a slight change. It's not a permanent change. It's just temporary. We're just getting by. We're just gonna get by, get through this. Um, as a crew, and I definitely hope you guys continue to still rock with me during this time. Um, but yeah, definitely that, man, definitely that. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up because I know some of you guys have probably been looking for content, and some days I've dropped some days I have not, and that is why. That is the main reason why I've been coming home a lot lately, exhausted, and the last thing I want to do is sit and talk. Although I do love talking with the Hoophead Haven, but after 10 plus hours of talking to people and being on phones and emails and man, meetings and stuff like that, it's very draining at the end of the day. By the time I get home, by the time I've been getting home lately, I've just been completely wiped out mentally and physically. So please bear with me. I hope you guys still continue to rock with the Hoophead Haven. And you know, hey, as long as I got the time, you already know I'm gonna drop the content. So I just want to just give you guys keep you guys abreast on what's going on my way and why videos have become somewhat inconsistent. And I hate that, you know, because you know I want to be, you know, I want to continue to grow this and everything like that, but unfortunately YouTube does not pay my bills. So I hope you guys understand, and I hope you guys continue to rock and support. I definitely am humbled, definitely humbled always, definitely appreciative always of everything that you guys do for this channel. So just wanted to let you guys know that, wanted to just pass that along. But yeah, let's get right on to it, man. You already know, man, what it is, man. Big shout outs to the squad. Sports and Fitness, Rants, Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Too Raw for Sports TV, Angry O Hoops, Uncut Hoops, my twin Phenomenal Fitness. What up? We got to get together, man. We got to get together, get our schedules together. I still want this live to go down. I think it'd be very interesting, and the people are definitely wanting that. And I definitely want to be a man of my word. But big shout outs to you, man. Big shout outs to Prince Sports, Man Down Sports, Geechee Life Sports Talk, Kobe Bryant Film Room, Shuttlestorm NBA. Make sure you check out his latest, yours truly, the conclusion of the story, of my intro story. Shuttlestorm is done his thing once again, entertaining the masses. But yeah, definitely big shout outs to him. Shout outs to Jordan versus LeBron. Shout outs to shout outs to Hoop God. Shout outs to the Real Mind Crime. Shout outs to the Allen Ricks TV. Shout outs to NBA NBA self research, NBA Fact Self Research. Definitely a channel that I definitely enjoy. Man, just big shout outs to NB Sports TV. Big shout outs to Michael Jordan fans are the best. These are my guys, man. I rock with them. They rock with me. We support each other. Big shout outs to you guys, man. We're just gonna, you know what I'm saying, keep going. We're gonna stand 10 toes in the paint. We're gonna keep going at these fanboys. We're gonna keep going at the powers that be. We're gonna keep killing them with these facts. And hey, at the end of the day, when you got the facts, you will always remain undefeated. And one more thing before I continue, I'm going to try to shorten these videos up a little bit more now that we're in the off season. So it's not like I don't want to talk or anything like that. It's just that I just noticed that a lot of my videos go 30 plus minutes. And for some people, that's cool. If you're at work or whatever, that's cool. But for some, I do notice that, I do know that most have shorter attention spans. So I'm going to try to, shorten things up a little bit as best as I can. But without further ado, man, let's get right on to it, man. Anthony Edwards. Once again, man, this guy every time that I praise this guy, I give this guy a compliment, I say nice glowing things about him, saying that he could be the future, comparing him to Mike, this, that, and the third. Well, I haven't compared him to Mike, but I speak on how people compare him to Mike. And this kid, and I'm gonna call him a kid because he's immature. When you act immature, you are a child in my eyes. I don't care how old you are, you're a child. And this kid sitting up here just, once again disrespecting, just being disrespectful of those that paved the way before you. This whole generation is just a microcosm of this whole generation of NBA players. They're very disrespectful. They're quick to put their foot in their mouths. They think because they've made some money, and they play a very watered down, easier version of this game, they feel that they have the nerve to pop fly and be very disrespectful. And Anthony Edwards once again said something so asinine, so stupid, that I'm glad that he's getting flamed on the internet. I hope that I hope that he learns his lesson from saying such stupid things. This was the quote that he said, and I definitely was like, man, I wish that that there would be somebody in these entourages, but we already know they want to still be attached. They want all the perks and stuff, so they're gonna shut up and let the money say whatever and embarrass themselves, and quite possibly potentially cost themselves some fans and some money. But yeah, Anthony Edwards, he decided to come out of his face and say this stupid quote. I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill then. MJ was the only one who had skill, you know what I mean? So that's why when they saw Kobe, they were like, oh my God, but now everybody has skill. Spoken like a true idiot from today's generation. And I'm sorry, man. A lot of, and I'm not saying all, but there is a massive amount of people from this generation that are so disrespectful to those that came before them in any walk of life. Just openly disrespectful. This goes to show you that this generation was not parented right for the majority. You can't be this disrespectful and tell me that you had home training. You can't be this disrespectful and tell me that you actually revere the past. You can't sit up here and make statements like this and then act as if you're supposed to be some ambassador of the game. Anthony Edwards, I'm definitely taking you off of that list. You are not an ambassador of the game. At this point, you are a burden on the game. You are not a blessing to this game. Yes, you have skills out of the building. You can jump out the gym. You're a nice young star. You do have some dog in you, but also you have a whole lot of idiot in you as well. For you to sit up here and make such an asinine statement, you started off your statement so well. When you said I didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it, that's where you should have stopped. If you had nothing to say, if you had no facts, no anything to back up any claim that you had, you should have stopped talking right there. But as this generation goes, there's a bunch of young hot shots making more money than they deserve, making more money than they really have earned. I think a lot of these guys are just being paid just for the simple fact that the markets are just so wild now, and to disrespect those that have come before you to say that they don't have any skills. So you're saying that Magic Johnson doesn't have skill, Larry Bird doesn't have skill, Bernard King doesn't have skill, Penny Hardaway, who within his second year in the NBA was already an established star in first team All NBA. Where have you been? Where's your first team All NBA selection? You know what I'm saying? Like where is it? Where is it with you? You finally made an All NBA team, but it wasn't the first team. It wasn't the first team, bro. You didn't make first team All NBA. You know what I'm saying? It's just to the point where it's like you guys. It's like this dude did not do his research. This dude did not it's like he didn't sit there. And it's like somebody should have pulled him to the side and told him, bro, why would you say something so stupid? It's just like, instead of just ragging on him about that, all the players that he just disrespected. My main premise is this: the players of the past revered the players that came before them, which made us as fans revere them. We were young. We never seen Wilt play live. Never seen Bill play live. Never seen Jerry West play live. Never seen Pete Maravich play live. Never seen Connie Hawkins play live. Never seen a plethora of players play live. Bob Cousy, never seen a lot of these players play live. But we were raised, we were reared, we were encouraged to not only respect the past, but learn about the past. You know what I'm saying? That's why there was a certain level of reverence for these players, because we knew that these were the players that laid the foundation for the game that we had seen coming up in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. These players, we knew that the players of at the moment were standing on the shoulders of the players of the past. The NBA does not reach the level that it reached without having to go through the dark days, without having to go through the hard times. And they get disrespected, get called plumbers and janitors and stuff like that, when guys literally had to have second jobs in the off season, where you have professional new age plumbers, such as I would have to say a good example of a modern day plumber would probably be, like your JJ Redick's. I mean, he is a perfect example of a modern day janitor. You have all day, you have all year, you have all these trainers, you have all this gym time, all this time to work on your skills, and you've never improved. You've never raised your game to another level. You never won an award. You never done anything. But yet and still, you're supposed to be this whole, everybody's extremely skilled. No. Because I still challenge you. I still challenge a player today that could get with Hakeem Olajuwon down low on the block. I still challenge. There is not a power forward. There's not a power forward that plays today, right now, as we speak, that could get Karl Malone or Charles Barkley off the block. There is not a guard right now that has the skills from the point guard position, with the mindset and the mentality of an Isaiah Thomas or a Magic Johnson or a John Stockton. And that includes players like Kyrie. Kyrie has the skill, but he ain't got the mentality. I'm sorry, he don't. I'm sorry, he doesn't. Because if he did, Dallas would have figured out a way to get to move on in advance. But I definitely feel like that today's players, this is just another example of how ungrateful they are, how disrespectful they are, how they don't revere the past, how they don't take time out to just think about the dumb stuff that comes out of their mouths and the effects that it has. It's like you just wake up one day and you just disrespect everybody that you're standing upon. You don't get to where you get without these players. You don't get Michael Jordan. I mean, Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, revered all the players of the past, because he knew that he does not get to where he's at without these guys. He was the evolution from where they were at. And he never looked back at him and said, oh, well, we're more skilled than you guys. We're better than you guys. The only thing he would say was, I wish I could play back then with these guys. How could I say that I'm better than these guys if I've never went heads up with these guys? That is how you're supposed to do it. That is exactly how an NBA ambassador is supposed to speak when he speaks on players from the past. He reveres them. He revered them to the point where they became even more mythical, because this is Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, saying like, hey man, I wish I could go up against a Jerry West. I wish I could go to the lane and have Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell challenging my shot. I would love to have played against Elgin Baylor. You know what I'm saying? One of the earliest high flyers in the NBA, in the NBA's history. Michael Jordan made statements like that. He out of all players had enough right and enough room and enough he put enough skin in the game where he could have just crapped on everybody previous to him. But Michael Jordan never did. He gave the same love that he gave to a Jerry West, to a George Gervin. He gave that love to from George Gervin to a Bob Cousy, from a Bob Cousy to a Connie Hawkins, from a Connie Hawkins to whoever. Name whatever player from back then, a Dave Beam, a Tiny Archibald, Clyde Frazier. You know what I'm saying? Willis Reed. You have so many players that come from the past, man. That Michael, not only Mike, but the Barkleys, the Olajuwons, everybody in the past, they revered. Even going into the early 2000s, you had Kobe Bryant, who lived and breathed everything Michael Jordan on the court. He revered him to the point where he forced himself to become his little brother. To the point where Mike's like, fine, I will teach you everything since you really want to know. This is what is missing in the game. And Anthony Edwards just reminded us of exactly how far we have fallen, not only as basketball fans and basketball players, but how far we've fallen as a society as a whole. We used to uphold our elders. We used to uphold those that come before us. We used to respect them. Even if we didn't like them, we at least respected them because they came before us. They were our elders. We stood upon their shoulders. We were the evolution from where they came from. I think that today's entitled athlete, I think a lot of this is due to being coddled from birth, coddled by coaches, coddled by fans, coddled by teachers, coddled by coaches. You know what I'm saying? Coddled by the media, and it's bearing fruit by watching it bears fruit by watching disrespectful players such as Anthony Edwards denigrate and disrespect a whole generations of players that put so much into this game that we love today. But it's just it's totally disgusting, totally disgusting. It really made me shake my head, and really, it's like all that love that I had for Anthony Edwards you're back at zero now, bro. You're back to zero. You're going to have to work your way back up. And I'm glad that a lot of fans are flaming him. I'm glad because he deserves it. He earned it. You don't go about disrespecting those that came before you and think that you're going to skate off into the sunset. That's exactly how it should be from now on. I wish that there was there was a point in time. You know what? I kind of wish that the bottom would fall out the bottom of the NBA. I would love for this league to go bankrupt for at least a couple years, just so that these players can see exactly what was given to them, what was built for them, and how easily they are squandering it. They've already lost the fans. They've already lost. You already lost the essence of what makes this league popular, and that's the fans. You've already lost the fans. So continue to dig yourself in the further hole. Like I said, hey, I got college football to worry about now. I could easily switch up my attention and start just focusing on college football. But because I do love the NBA and I do have a passion for the game, and I do have a passion for making a change, making a difference in a small way, of dropping information that will sway people from the idiocy that we see today from today's NBA fans, and as we see from Anthony Edwards, today's players. It's a damn shame. It's a shame that we have to continue to have these conversations. It's a shame that players like Anthony Edwards think that it's so cool to be disrespectful to those that came before him, and I hope that he continues to get the business until he learns his lesson, because there's a certain thing about respect, and there's a certain thing about of respecting your elders. It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. You're supposed to respect your elders because they have come before you. They have wisdom that is even beyond your years. They may have seen things that you may never have seen or may never will see again. I think that these players definitely deserved more respect than having some little punk some little punk with a nice windmill dunk, who hasn't done really anything in the NBA, to sit up here and actually denigrate those who denigrate giants of the game. And it's a damn shame. And for people to sit up here and say that they're more skilled, how can you sit up here and say that this era is more skilled when you got guys like soft ass Rudy Gobert running around? He's supposed to be the best defender, but everybody and their mama goes right at him. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's like, this generation is definitely the lost generation. And I said that it's going to take a couple of generations for us to get out of this perpetual circle of BS coming out of the NBA, but may have to skip Anthony Edwards' era as well, because if he's going to be the face of your league, if he's supposed to be the future face of the league, then this league is in trouble. And I am one who definitely has cheered on Anthony Edwards, but right now, like I said, you're starting at 0, son. And at that, I'm just going to leave it right there. You already know what it is, man. It's Tuesday. Pray you guys stay out of trouble, be safe, be responsible, be respectful. Love on them babies. Love on your loved ones. Tomorrow definitely is not promised. Be a blessing out here, not a burden. Don't be like Anthony Edwards. Respect those that came before you. Respect those, especially your elders. Respect them. Respect them. Respect them. They've done this life thing long enough that they should be respected on a basic level, especially if they've actually done things that are in a positive light. That's when you especially respect them. So keep that in mind. You already know what it is: a clear head, good intentions in your heart, and you're out of here. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And I'll leave you with these words: peace, and wear your sneakers.